Man, this garage is dirtier than Post Malone's hair. That for me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Need a sign for anything?
No, you're good.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you, man. Did I order that? The combination of this, actually this was pretty easy. This, and this may be the biggest pain in the ass of anything I've ever worked on a car. But it's all good, because it's out. We're so close. I mean, like, so close, we can taste it. We have run into a bit of a problem. Figured it out. I know the secret method to my life. You can't have an Evan Shanks build or install video or something without something majorly going wrong. This is the discharge from the turbo. This is literally where you hear the noises. This exhaust comes out here. This goes to the downpipe. And the downpipe, well, it goes to the rest of the exhaust. This discharge, it is a 3-inch discharge. However, the type of V-band that it is makes it a 3 and almost 3 5/8 outer diameter. This downpipe right here, which is also a 3-inch V-band, it is barely over 3-inch outer diameter. So inner diameter, these are the exact same thing. However, this V-band is nowhere near that size. That is a problem because I now do not have an exhaust to mount behind the turbo, and the turbo is not going to function very well if it does not have some sort of exhaust behind it. Open turbos kind of suck. However, it can run. But I do not want to mount everything up until I know for a fact that I have the right size V-band. So I have contacted both companies. Comp did what they were supposed to do, and MA Performance did what they were supposed to do. However, because some turbo companies just use different types of V-bands, they just don't compute together. They're not compatible. So MA Performance, I'm gonna send them measurements now, and they're gonna send me either they're gonna send me the correct size V-band and I'm going to have it welded on myself, or I'm gonna send them the whole downpipe back and they're literally just going to give me bigger V-bands. Or I'm gonna do some research and look around and see if there's any place around here that might give me the right size V-band for that. So that is a big bummer. I literally can't do a build on any sort without having something majorly go wrong, and it is a gift. However, everything else is fine. It looks like I've got everything. I do have one issue though. So you got this, the dadgum exhaust manifold right here, which I'm probably gonna go ahead and mount today anyways. So I've got the exhaust manifold and I've got the wastegate dump. So you guys remember the other day when I filmed finally starting the turbo and I unboxed that thing that looked like a blow-off valve? Did they give me a blow-off valve with this? And everybody in the world actually thought it was also a blow-off valve. They did. They gave me a blow-off valve. Oops. Well, nowhere, not a single place in that package did that thing say wastegate. So it's like, okay, these guys sent me a Turbo Smart blow-off valve. No. No, they sent me a Turbo Smart wastegate. And they returned it literally after we dropped it off to UPS. 5 minutes after the truck left, we realized that the missing piece between there and there is a wastegate. So that's my fault. That's 100% my fault. But hey, none of you said it was a wastegate. All you guys are wise out there, and I expect you to keep me accountable here. So the upside though, the upside. I always love finding upsides. I always find upsides in every event because it's always possible. The real only thing is I can mount every single thing that I want to on this car, except I won't have an exhaust. And I actually won't have a turbo, but the turbo will literally bolt right onto the manifold, and then the downpipe will bolt right onto the turbo. So that literally is the final step. So I can still do the intercooler. I can still mount I can kind of mount the intake. I actually cannot mount the intake at all, so that's not fact. And I also can go have more fun buying tools because we broke some yesterday because some of these are so hard to get off. I'm telling you guys, buy an Evo 9 or 8 because, actually don't do that. Evo 10s are bomb. It's very hard to get these exhaust manifolds off. And every person I've talked to that has done this says the same thing. So that is my wonderful news for today. I didn't want to beat around the bush today. I know you guys have kind of gotten upset in the past that sometimes I wait until the very last minute to say, so you guys have to watch the whole video, but I'm not gonna do it to you guys. So that's my life today. And another thing is, I'm not sure that I'm gonna be able to use this turbo with this car. I'm sure it could actually work, but it might be kind of tough and I might have to do some fabrication, and the fabrication itself might be just as expensive as me getting some smaller turbo. So after this is done, it's time to go single on this. So if anybody else, I think somebody actually hit me up wanting to buy this. I'm in my email, but I don't know if I responded to them. But I'm gonna try and sell all this. Your boy needs some funds. This is hurting. Not really. Very thankful I get to do what I do, and either way, like, this is a big hiccup. I'll admit that, but it's still awesome. I'm still grateful that I have the opportunity to wake up and literally build a freaking Evo 10 for my job. That is tight. And I sell clothes on the side, so that's cool too. Mainly though, it's awesome. And also, I wanted to say, before we start moving along with stuff today, the whole sponsoring the channel thing, that's a big thing on YouTube, and actually it's a pretty big deal. I didn't realize that not every channel had that ability. That's probably why YouTube's been like pounding it in my face. You know, if you guys want to do that, again, whenever this car runs, my sponsors are gonna see it before you guys do. And it might be 3 or 4 days before. So, because I'm gonna be pretty ahead of myself in videos. Oh damn, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, sir. Anyways, I guess I could probably go ahead and get started on this. One thing I wanna do, now that I guess I'm gonna have some time, is I'm definitely going to take off the valve cover and paint it some color. I don't really know what color I wanna do it, but it's gonna be sick. I am gonna get the car recolored. The yellow's cool, but I want something cleaner. I'm gonna do a certain color as an accent on the car, and I might do that certain color as the valve cover, or if any of you guys in the Dallas Metroplex do like custom stuff like that and you wanna do this for me, that would be tight too. Your boy loves to shout out his local talented people. So anyways, that's something I might do. I can easily clean that up. Just for funsies, I've kind of, before I put the gasket and everything on, I went ahead and put the exhaust manifold on, and man, I'm telling you what, that looks so badass, dude. Gonna have the wastegate there, and then the wastegate's gonna curve straight down to the bottom, right next to the downpipe. Man, that's gonna look so badass. And so the turbo is gonna be mounted up right about there. I'm definitely gonna have to move whatever that is. The turbo should be right there, and I might have to rotate it a little bit. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna have to clock the turbo, and I'll probably definitely have to do that, but this looks so tight. Might as well just go ahead and clean this little guy up. I'm never usually one to have a super clean engine bay, but this car, like, it feels different. Like I feel like I owe it to the car to make it look like it's cared for. You know what I mean? Let's get this thing cleaned off. Unfortunately, my personal toothbrush is the only one I have available, so I guess we'll just have to make it nasty. This thing's been good to me for the last 16 years. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Man, I almost completely forgot they gave this to me as well. Yes. The gasket, it obviously is made for this, but because of the way that this is contorted, I'm gonna have to cut this a little bit, so I'm gonna modify this in about 2 seconds. Pretty sure my cutter disc is gonna go through this like butter.
perfect.
Damn, I'm good. I am pretty good. Here we go. Here we go. Wow, that's so cool.
That's gonna look so nice.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna put all of them on just in case I need to take it off one more time. I don't have a reason I don't think I'm gonna need to take this off. But personally, I just wanna see it on, and I definitely don't want it falling off because I waited a long ass time for that, and that's a very expensive manifold. So now I just get to bask in the glory of this amazing looking engine bay. And yeah, now it's a waiting game. Hopefully I can get this figured out really quickly. I actually might be able to figure out something locally. I might not have to ship my downpipe off to them. We'll see. I think there's definitely some options here. I'm sure I could probably take it to a fab shop. Anyways, I think there's definitely a solution. We'll figure it out. We've officially fixed the garage and it's usable now. I can drive the Lexus back into it and lowered the Evo down just a little bit so that one, my eyes could look at this gorgeous engine bay, and two, I don't know, I feel like it's like, it makes me think it's closer to driving again, but maybe it's not. So what we have left is obviously the turbo needs to go in. Aside from that, I think the main thing is gonna be the plumbing after the turbo gets in. So I'll have to redirect. I have a bunch of new AN fitting, AN lines. MA Performance pretty much includes everything you need. So I've got a bunch of new lines. I'll have to make sure that the turbo fits right and everything can connect to it. And then obviously connect the intake, the intercooler piping, and all that sort of thing. I actually don't need to do the turbo yet. I don't have to have the turbo on to do the intercooler piping, so that might be the next thing I do. But aside from that, I've got to get the turbo on, and then the downpipe, and then the wastegate, and then the wastegate tube. And then really after that, as long as all the lines are hooked up, all vacuum sources are plugged up, either plugged or run, I need to get coolant back in the engine. I'm gonna change the oil, and that should be pretty much all I have to do, and then obviously button the car back up. If this wouldn't have happened, this car probably would have started either today or tomorrow. So it shouldn't take forever. The only dilemma is literally waiting for this downpipe. It's a huge bummer, but it happens when you're building cars. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I don't know if this was a very long video or not, but I wanted to make an update and also just make it look pretty. Damn, it just looks so good. Anyways, okay, way better than before. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out and be victorious.